You know, the amazing thing about that night, and I don't talk about it, I told you during the convention, I said, I don't want to talk about it. But one thing that was so amazing, the people that were sitting behind us, we had thousands, tens of thousands of people, but they're mostly here. The people behind us, when this incident took place, nobody ran. And crowd control people will tell you when there's a shot fired, and people know a shot. It's much different sound than firecrackers and everything else. Much different. They know, especially the people that we're talking about from that section, they know a shot better than anybody. And a shot was heard, and then another, then another, then another. They saw I was in trouble. I went down, but I grabbed, I looked, I said, wow. But a shot was fired, and when you look at that tape, nobody ran. They saw I was in trouble. This is the most incredible movement. These are the most incredible people. They saw, they were right here. And it was a group similar to this, a little bit larger, twice the size. And those people, and there was one guy, I got to meet him. He was dressed in black. He had sort of a green floppy hat on. Not only didn't he run, and there were others that did this too. He stood up. Bullets are going, you just look at him. Did you see it? Does everyone, I mean, you've seen this clip hundreds of times. People call up, they see it hundreds. They just, but look at that guy. He's not afraid. And then he's pointing. There he is. And the Secret Service sniper with one bullet, he did a great job. It would be nice if it would have been earlier. One bullet from a much further distance. And let me tell you, the Secret Service is taking a lot of heat, but I was under fire, and I was down, and I was here, and they came rushing, and there were bullets coming at us because it was whizzing over my head. And I don't know how they didn't get hit, but they had 7 or 8 guys that absolutely, you talk about bravery, they jumped on top of me, they shielded my body. I mean, to a point that was amazing. And we have to remember that too. We have to remember. They understand, they made some mistakes, but I'll tell you what, bravery was incredible because those bullets were flying, they were flying nasty. And it didn't stop them. You saw how fast they moved. They just moved and they jumped on me. I could show you an arm here. These are strong people. But I'll tell you, they were very brave people. That was a very incredible thing. And fortunately, maybe it could have been a little bit earlier, but that sniper for Secret Service, he was a world-class shooter. And from probably 400 yards, that's 4 football fields, because he was over there quite a bit away. This guy was over here 130 yards away. So you add it up and you double it or triple it. And one shot, boom, because if that didn't happen, a lot of people would be gone right now. A lot of people. But there was great bravery displayed, and you have to hear that. Also, you have to hear that. There was no like, oh, let me get out of here. I want to resign immediately from Secret Service. No, there was incredible. Every one of them. There wasn't one that was slow. A woman who was on my right, she was shielding me, beautiful person. She was shielding me everything she could. And she got criticized by the fake news because she wasn't tall enough. Well, you know, she wasn't tall enough because I'm tall and she wasn't tall enough. And she was criticized. She was so brave. She was shielding me with everything. She wanted to take a bullet because the bullets were flying. Incredible. And every one of those guys. But the amazing thing is the people behind me, and you didn't see this because you don't see it, but we had a field as far as the eye could see, much more than what we have here. If you added everything up, it would probably be like that. But even more than that, we had a field as far as the eye could see. Nobody ran. And the crowd experts say when there's a shot fired, like at a soccer stadium, the whole place, they call it a stampede. They run for the gates. Nobody ran because they saw I was in trouble. And it's an amazing thing. I'm telling you, this is This is a movement the likes of which nobody has ever seen before. And I feel the same way about that. Yeah? Thank you. Those people are great. I just want them to know that. They're all sort of famous now, you know, but it's not, you don't see one person running off that platform. The women, a couple of them ducked, but they got up. They got up, everyone. There's not one person that ran, and some of these guys and some of the women, they stood up in the face of all that noise and all that scary stuff, and with all the blood that they were witnessing, they stood up and they were looking right, because they wanted to help Secret Service and they wanted to help the police. They wanted to find out who that guy was. So I just thank that whole crowd, but those people behind me and the people in front were the exact same thing. You just didn't get to see them. If Baltazar Harris stays in charge, every week we will bring a never-ending stream of illegal alien rapists, bloodthirsty killers, and child predators to go after our sons and